on here with your forecast for the week of May 6th, 2024. Well, we're just about there, folks. We've been through this Halloween and April phase where we had the eclipses, we had the Scorpio full moon. Last week we had the Pluto station on Thursday, and we're really we're just winding down from that on the 6th, and then on May 7th we have the new moon in Taurus. And we can really say, okay, now we're getting kind of a fresh start, and we're gonna start heading towards what we might call the Christmas in May. I'm not quite sure it's Christmas in May, but it should be definitely some smoother astrological weather that we'll be experiencing as we go forward. Now, smoother doesn't mean nothing is happening. It means that things are not quite so extra, not quite so out of control, that we could pretty much feel that things are kind of, moving at a good pace. There's a lot of positive energy, though. This is, even last week, there was a lot of positive energy as well. Even with Pluto's station, a few little hiccups along the way I noticed, but there's some positive energy in last week, and there's even more this week. But it's the quiet of the new moon. It's the quiet of the new moon as we begin the week. So just, Monday, I would say you just want to kind of take care of business as usual. Tuesday, the same thing. Wednesday, yeah, pretty much business as usual type of thing. And then later on Wednesday, getting into Thursday and Friday, make that the time when you're getting a little bit more energetic. The moon will be waxing. I would say we're really looking at Thursday, Friday, and then through the weekend. We have a Gemini moon to begin with, and we have a Cancer moon as we get to the weekend. It should be fine. Anyways, we're still in the midst of Taurus season. We're feeling it. It's a pretty good vibe. Don't push extra hard at the beginning part of the week through midweek. Later in the week, we get a little bit more energy, a little bit more, stuff is rolling a bit more. We can do things. We'll eventually catch the Leo. We'll eventually catch the Leo moon, which is always kind of a nice one. So there's good energy. Ease into it. Ease into it. Really great time for meditation. Really great time for just kind of letting things go, and sort of let serendipity rule for a little while without feeling the need to push ahead. On the other hand, at the Taurus new moon, we do have the connections coming up to Jupiter and Uranus. So there's inspiration in this new moon. It's not, there's actually the moon's last aspect will be a sextile to Neptune. It's not at all a nothing is happening kind of vibe. Rather, most of what happens is going to be kind of internal. We're seeding new things. We're getting brilliant new ideas. Well, maybe they're brilliant, but they're good. And we're just generally speaking kind of moving forward. But forward isn't always the place you want to go, right? And sometimes you just want to be where you are. And I would say this is really a good week for being where you are and enjoying that and appreciating that. This is a good time. That's what Taurus is all about. It's what the Taurus new moon is all about. It's about appreciating what you have. I would say probably that Thursday, Friday with the moon in Gemini has that feel to it that is probably, the moon is just waxing. It's not going to be raucous or anything like that. It's probably the better time for going out and socializing. Then Saturday and into Sunday, it's more of a Cancerian vibe. Well, it's a Cancer moon vibe, which might be a little bit more about staying closer to home, family type of thing. That will actually include Mother's Day. The moon will be in Cancer, the sign of, well, the cosmic mother will be in her home sign of Cancer on Mother's Day. And, that's, figure that out, right? Just you get the idea, don't you? So that's how we're heading on this particular weekend. Now, as we get a little bit further out there, though, it's not exact. It's going to be in next week's forecast. We'll talk about it a little bit more, but it's not exact. But The Sun on Saturday and Sunday is getting closer to his meeting with Uranus, and that is going to really spark up our sense of independence, our desire to do our own thing, to do what you feel, it's me and I got to do this type of thing. And so that energy is quite strong as we go through the weekend as well, which is a little bit, a little bit different than the Cancerian vibe that the moon is giving us. That's a little bit more like, stay home, family, dinner with mom type of thing. And then the Sun Uranus energy as that's building, it's not exact yet though. You can still work with it. It's not exact. You can work with it when it is exact for that matter. The Sun Uranus energy is a little bit more like, but I'd really rather go and do my own thing. It's like, yeah, kind of, I should be here, but I guess I kind of, and that's maybe a little bit of the tension that we'll have there as we get closer to that Sun Uranus meeting, which is exact on Monday, the 13th. So just be aware of that. There might be a little edginess that gets kind of under the skin at that time. Basically, though, this is a pretty smooth week when it comes to the cosmic energy. We're not really dealing with any major stuff that is happening as we have for many and many a week. And if you could just take the new moon time to just sort of chill a little bit and just back away from things, breathe, you know, take it easy a little bit. It's probably a really good idea. That doesn't mean go hide under your bed. It doesn't mean you can't do anything. It doesn't mean that there's as I said, you should have Thursday, Friday night ought to be great for going out, having some fun. You can you can do what you want to do. It's just, not a time to push really hard. It's a time to allow. You want to set intentions after the Taurus new moon, sometime I would guess like, maybe Wednesday or Thursday. Then, it should be things that have to do with dealing with the earth, dealing with material stuff. It's a great time to plant a garden. You don't have to set an intention, just actually go plant the garden. Wouldn't that be a great idea, right? It's a great time for doing a little bit of garden work type of thing. But if you're going to set intentions, it would be more around, maybe if you wanted to think about, you'd like to make a little bit more money in the coming year, if you're thinking that you'd like to, if you think that you'd like to just enjoy yourself and appreciate more what you already have, as opposed to go and get new stuff, this is a really, really good time to get in tune with that. Again, the ideas are going to be brewing. The Taurus moon is, even at a new moon, is not quiet because meeting with Jupiter and Uranus, but it's going to be largely internal. So you get the idea. This is not a high pressure week. You can still have fun. Don't go hide under the bed. And I'll see you next week. And while I'm at it, I might as well add that on the 15th, which is coming up soon, on the 15th, we will have the Jupiter, I can say this, on the 15th, we'll have the Jupiter in Gemini video out. So you want to subscribe, like while you're there, because the like and the subscribe buttons aren't far away from each other. Like and then subscribe so that you don't miss the Jupiter in Gemini forecast, which is going to carry us through mid 2025. And I'll do a little hint for each sign and things to look for. So keep an eye out for that as well.